Hello, 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 guys. Welcome back. You guys, I got another reaction video for you guys. The last one I did, I really enjoyed it, but I saw this one and I said, I have to do a reaction video to this particular content. It is a nurse that is speaking about a CNA or CNAs, period. So you guys, I hope y'all enjoy this reaction video. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, so how do you cope with a problematic CNA? What are you gonna do? First of all, as a nurse, you need to know your job because there's nothing as embarrassing as a nurse, whether you're an LPN, LVN, RN, it doesn't matter where you are as long as you're a nurse. If you don't know your job, there's not going to be any respect from the CNA for you, okay? You're the charge nurse, so there are a lot of things the CNA will bring to you. You need to know your scope of practice. You need to be able to own your role. You need to be able to own your position. Do not let a CNA roll over you. And CNAs will try it, especially if you're an LPN slash LVN, because there are CNAs who think they are better than you. They're not. They're just haters. I've talked about that too many times in my videos. So I'm putting it up or just checking my library of videos, okay? Now, there are CNAs who are just problematic. You know, they don't want to do their job. They lie about getting their jobs done. And if you're not careful, they're going to lie on you. So CNAs like that, first of all, keep it professional always. Always professional, and make sure you document. So the CNA is not flipping the script on you.
You guys, I had to stop this video. Do y'all hear this nurse? Do y'all see this nurse? A lot of nurses got this same mentality that she have. She come to the workplace with this kind of mentality. So let's get back into this video and see what she's saying.
Saying, oh, well, you know what? Nurse Amy picks on me. First of all, Nurse Amy doesn't have time to pick on you. You are a non-factor, okay, in the scheme of things. However, because we have to work together, we're going to try to make this work. And for us to make this work, you need to recognize I am the boss, okay? I am the supervisor. I am the charge nurse.
Okay, this nurse have this some superior attitude, and this where the problem come in. This nurse, I guarantee you, she is a dictator. I can tell the way she talk. I can tell the way she's talking about a CNA, saying that a CNA is a non-factor, which is not true. If we was a non-factor, why would you guys have us there? I don't think anybody would pay somebody or put a position for somebody and they really didn't need them. So from the top, this lady have an attitude. Let's continue.
So we need to get that out of the way. Everybody knows their duties. So you, as the nurse, first of all, you got to know what you're supposed to do, okay? There is dignity and there's respect in you knowing what your scope of practice is. What do I mean by that? If a CNA that works with you has to be telling you how your job is done, okay, the respect is out the window. Boop, it's gone. Okay? Boop. If a CNA has to be telling you how to use a G-tube, if a CNA has to be telling you how to do trach care, if a CNA has to be telling you how to, let's see, what other things do nurses do? There's a whole lot of stuff, okay? A CNA is telling you, oh no, you can't do that, wound dressing like that. Or, first of all, you gotta know your job. You just gotta know your job. I don't care if you're a new nurse. Go on YouTube, go on Google. Okay, call another nurse, call a colleague in another state. I don't care, but don't be going to the CNA for tips. Okay, that's one, because the CNA that's going to be problematic is going to air your dirty laundry. So I know some nurses struggle.
Okay, this lady is really getting under my skin. She really is. And it's sad, but a lot of nurses have this attitude. First of all, a seasoned CNA like myself and a new nurse that is just fresh out of school, okay? Most of the time, a seasoned CNA and a fresh nurse, the nursing assistant may know more than the freshly nurse. And that is because we're seasoned. Even though we hadn't went to school to be a nurse, we have been around, we have did hands on, saw stuff, and we're just very knowledgeable. And so a lot of time when a new nurse come on, a lot of stuff they really don't know. They only know what the book told them. They only know. And if anybody been to school, when you what the books say how to do it, and when you actually get in there and do it, it's a totally different ball game. So yes, I have been in a position where a new nurse really didn't know what to do, and I had to show her what to do or how to do it. But that did not make me disrespect her any less. That did not make me look down on her. Everybody that's fresh, when I came out of CNA school, the way they said to do it in the book is not necessary to how to do it once you get on the floor, once you get hands on, because it's different situation. A patient is not going to act all calm. A patient may not turn like this. It's a lot of different things that's into when you go out and do it versus when you read it in a book. So no, I'm not going to look down on a nurse because I had to tell her something, especially if she is a brand new nurse. So this lady is saying, telling the nurse, do not ask a CNA how to do nothing. Nothing. If you have to go on YouTube and look, but please do not ask a CNA how to do something. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Let's get back to it.
Because there are some CNAs that are, because of the facility they're working, they're like larger than life. Nobody's talking to them. Some of them are actually good at their job, and that gets in their head because they think they cannot be fired anyway. You just know your position. Again, being
some CNAs are good at their job, but it gets in their head. This nurse clearly have a problem or attitude against CNAs. Can y'all see that? She's saying just because some CNAs are good at their job, it may get in their head. And let's carry on.
Professional helps. You can get the CNA, pull her aside. You don't need to talk to her in front of everyone. It's like, hey, look, it's like we're butting heads. And I've had to do this before. I remember going to this place where, now if you look at me, a lot of people think I'm younger than I am, which, well, thank you, Jesus.
I don't think you're younger than what you are, sweetheart.
But I'm a woman of a certain age, but a lot of people don't think that. So I do work with, and I have worked with people who are younger than I am, but they're bigger than me or they look older. I've also worked with older people who, well, whatever. People think that, oh, it's that little girl. That irks me. So I'm sometimes I have to pull rank and let you know, hey, look, it's not even about size. It's not about age. It's about this office. I am the charge nurse, so I'm going to whip you into shape.
See, see, me and her, I could not work under her because she wouldn't whoop me into nothing. First of all, this woman here, I guarantee you, is very hard to work under. I can tell the way she talk. I can tell the way she speak. This lady here probably will micromanage you to death. She gonna whoop us into shape. Okay.
The truth of the matter is, I get along with my colleagues. I get along with my staff. I am that popular nurse. Why? Because I'm human. I don't micromanage my CNAs. I really don't. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do your job. Does that make sense? I don't do disrespect. I don't do rude. Don't lie to me. Okay? There's nothing.
Lady, you don't do rude. You've been rude on this video. Your word, your verbiage, all been very rude and very aggressive. Yes. So I know just making this video, this content, that you got this here tone and this superior type of attitude. I can only imagine how you are on the floor.
You're under the sun. If you couldn't do your job, let's find a way to make it happen and also protect you, right? But anyway, if you do have a problematic CNA, I mean, I've had some, and I do remember this particular instance. It was something to do with, I think it was giving water to, I can't remember what it was, but I was doing something. And so the patient came and said, I need water. And I'm like, oh, go to your CNA. I can't do it right now unless you want to wait, and then I'll get to you. So, but I think the patient left in a huff. Some patients are diva. And she went to the CNA. And the CNA came back like, wait, you could not, you... I'm laughing because we actually became good friends. And this is what happens. Some people are just stupid at first, and then later on they realize, I mean, whatever. I don't know why we have to go that way. But she...
First of all, who is she calling stupid? Can't y'all see her undertone? Can't you see how she referenced to a CNA? Who are she calling stupid?
Came to me, because again, I was a PRN there, and she see me like, who's this little girl? Okay, well, we'll see how little this girl is. And she came to me and she said, oh, I see you couldn't give her water. You could have just gone over there and given her water. So first of all, I'm charting because I needed to do something. So I looked up. I'm like, are you... I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I totally remember now vividly. I looked up, I'm like, are you on medication? I'm like, are you on medication? And I think that kind of just, she didn't expect that from me. I'm like, are you on medication? And then she looked at me like, because clearly you have to be to talk to me that way. In case you haven't noticed, I'm the charge nurse.
Who are you? Who are you? Are you on medication? You see how smug this lady is? Are you on medication? And yes, she could have gotten up and gave that patient a glass of water. Yeah, you charting. She don't even really remember what she was doing. I was doing something. I had to do something. You could have stopped and give that patient some water. How long would it have took you to pass this lady a glass of water? 2 seconds? 2 seconds? Come on.
And you could have come to me. I said something like that. Like, first of all, you don't even know what happened. But in case you haven't noticed, I'm the charge nurse. You need to go give that woman water. Like, I kind of now just pulled rank. Like, how dare you come to me?
You see her smugness? How dare you come to tell me that I should have gave this patient water? I'm the charge nurse. Baby. See her right there? I should have been working up under her because no. You're not superior. You want respect. You got to give respect. You got to talk to me like you got some sense. And I'm quite sure, even if I don't even believe she was charting, to be honest. But even if she were, how much time would it have took her to stop, grab the lady mug? Because they have that in the room. The water usually is right behind the nurse's station, in the nurse's station area. Fill her container up with water and give it back to her. How long do y'all think that would have took? 2 seconds. No, that's not what she did. She told you gonna have to wait. You gonna have to wait. And yes, the patient got an attitude, and I don't blame her. I don't blame her. So she had to go down the hall, which probably the CNA was probably working. Go down the hall, find the CNA to ask her to get her some water. So the CNA had to stop what she was doing and walk up to that nurse's station to get her a glass of water. And when she got up there, she saw her sitting at the desk. And I'm quite sure the patient said, I asked the nurse up there and she wouldn't do it. So quite natural, the CNA had felt some kind of way. You sitting right here, you couldn't pour her a glass of water?
I could have given her water. Where's that coming from? First of all, that's rude. It's not professional. And how dare you? You're CNA. You're coming to me and telling me I should be doing your job. Now, don't get me wrong. Anybody can.
No, sweetheart. No, sweetheart. What do you mean? Who are you? You are a person just like me. And getting water is not only my job, it's your job too. If a patient come up and asks you for a glass of water, it is your job to get a glass of water. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Who are you? Exactly. Who are you? That's the question. Who are you, or who you think you are?
Give water to a patient. Okay, do not get me wrong. I do it all the time. And that's why I get along with my colleagues, CNA or nurses, But I wasn't.
I guarantee you, if you talk to the CNAs on that floor where she worked, I guarantee you they got a whole totally different story for her. Yeah, they probably laugh and talk and small talk, but baby, I can almost guarantee you they do not like her. They do not like her. They put up with her because they are at work and they have to see her every day when they come to work. But underneath all that, they do not like this lady. Believe it.
In the middle of actually doing something. I think I got an order. It was some new order I needed to getting or something, which a CNA usually don't do.
She making up some. She making it up. She making up something, you guys. At the beginning, what did she say? I think I was charting or doing something. She don't know what she was doing. And even if she was charting, like I said, 2 seconds to get a glass of water. Come on now. Come on. Patient care. Come on.
Cannot do. Okay? But then if you're not doing their job, for some CNAs, it just means that nurse isn't willing to help. So I remember this a long time ago. But later on, and I know then she went on and told other people, oh, that nurse is that. Someone like, no, Nurse Amy, no, she doesn't. She's actually, when I worked with her, she's nice, da. So, and I think someone heard and they were like, because she was a problematic CNA. Everybody knows her. She intimidates everybody. She's a big woman and she's like, I don't know. I don't want to use a derogatory word, but she was big and she thought no one could talk.
Lady, you are very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And I could never work under you because you think you're better than somebody. You think just because you're a nurse, a CNA cannot come up to you and ask you, well, why you didn't do this here? Or did you see? No, no. It's about teamwork. Teamwork. That's what it's about.
So, well, you know what? You messed with the right one because I did. Like, girl, we gonna bring you back to you. Anyway, some of you watching this now probably think,
And the thing about it, she think it's funny. She actually think it's funny. She been laughing throughout this video. She have been laughing throughout this video. She actually think what she's saying is funny.
I'm just a problem person. I'm not. I don't even have time. Seriously, I'm all about just doing my work. Anyway, and I'm like, go get her water right now. Because my turn was, and if you're not doing, I'm writing you up. Okay, that's.
Did you hear her? Go get her water right now. And if you don't, I'm writing you up. Why didn't you get her water? Why didn't you get her water? You don't speak to me. You want me to speak to you in a certain tone or a certain way, but you can speak to me in a certain tone. No, sweetheart. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. We're both an adult, and you're going to treat me and talk to me as such.
Good job. So, but later on, and I think she will see me and she will feel some kind of way. And for some reason, they kept putting us together and like, go do this, go do that. And then I called her. I'm like, look, let me tell you this. I think we got off on the wrong foot, you know? I see that you feel uncomfortable. And I'm also, so we're coming to work like, okay.
Okay, what then happened? This girl probably felt bullied, felt intimidated by this woman. Did you hear when she said, I tell her to go do this here, go do this, go do that, go? She was probably picking with this young lady. So the young lady started feeling a certain kind of way. She started feeling uncomfortable because this lady started talking to her, well, do this here, do this here, go do this here. I have seen it and I know this kind. She is nothing to play with. This lady here is nothing to play with.
Like we both don't like each other, and I'm like, we don't need to be that way. I'm actually nice. I'm nice, but I think it's the way you came at me. I was in the middle of doing some doctor's orders, but you came at me rude, and that's not acceptable. You know, you don't know me. I don't know you, but you could have come and asked me like, oh, so and so said she needed water. I didn't know. First of all, give her the water because you should. That the patient comes first, and you could have said, oh, you know what, maybe.
Exactly. You should have gave her the water because the patient come first. Exactly. Follow your own advice. Follow your own rule.
It would have been nice if you helped, and I would have. It would have been nice if you helped, you know, and I would have explained myself why I couldn't. And the truth of the matter is, I could not at that moment, but I gave the patient the option to wait, but she didn't. She went to you.
She said she couldn't at that moment. Guys, I promise you, usually the water is right there behind the nurse's station. The water, the ice machine, all that is right behind the nurse's station. And if it's not right behind the nurse's station, it's in usually right next to the nurse's station. Usually it always be like that. Now, she's sitting down telling that patient, hey, could you wait? I give you the option. You can wait. When she's sitting down telling that patient that, she could have got up and gave that lady some water. The time she took telling her that, she could have gave her the water. But no, she didn't want to do it because that's nursing assistant job, as she would say.
sometimes you got to do that, and you find your rhythm, and sometimes you got to do that with a problematic CNA. But what you will not do is play into their games or their politics, trying to bully you. Bully is not acceptable, and sometimes just be professional. Be professional, meaning that you're documented.
You're not professional. You're not professional. Telling that CNA, go get her some water right now, or I'm going to write you up. I'm quite sure it was other people around that nurse's station. I'm quite sure. You're not being professional, sweetheart. Nothing on this video shows me you're professional. You giggling and laughing at a situation that is very serious, but you somehow find it comical.
Meaning, you got to be wary of CNAs who are evil. Excuse me. I've worked with an evil CNA before, and they're evil. They will lie on you. They will lie on you just because they don't like you. They feel intimidated by you. They think that because bullies don't like you when you stand up to them, and there are CNAs who bully, but then there are nurses who bully. Okay, and that's the truth. So, how to get along with a problematic?
I guarantee you, it's more nurses that are bullies than CNA, because CNAs don't have any power. CNAs do not have any power. You guys have all the power, and people like you try to use it. And when people like me saying, no, 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 I'm not the one, then you switch it around and create like I'm the problem, when really you are the problem.
And that's one of them. And again, not playing into the politics, but you can just be nice. Niceness sometimes wins people over. A lot of times they're just afraid, but what you don't want to do is show that you're afraid or have them dominate you. You cannot do that. You're the nurse. If you let them roll over you, you're done. Okay? You just need to be able to
See, this whole video, she's talking about don't ask CNA nothing, go Google it, don't let them dominate you, you the boss. She got this here chip on her shoulder. I don't know whether a CNA had to straighten her out. I don't know what it is, but she got this mentality like when she walk in, she got to kind of flex herself. Show the CA you the boss. Show the CNA they can't talk to you like this. Show the CNA this. I don't know what it is. It's almost like she disliked CNAs. So, hey, I don't know what her problem is.
With a problematic CNA, know your job. You got to know your job. If they're teaching you a job, okay, well, they're gonna be telling on you. They're gonna boss you. Okay, be professional. Just be professional. Make sure you document. If they're not doing certain things, you got to let them know. Hey, look, I need to do this. Don't play favoritism. Does that work? Maybe you might have another aide. That maybe that might work for you. If she sees that you're being nice to one aide and you're not being, I don't know. It depends. You will get a feel for what works. Okay. It comes to that point, then you can't work together. You got to let the management know that, hey, we're not working together. What you don't want?
No, I cannot work with you. I already know. There's no way I can work with this woman. We will have a problem. Because first of all, I demand respect. I don't care what your rank is. I don't care what kind of letters is behind your name. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. You're just not. You're just not going to do that. I'm not going to talk to you any kind of way. I'm going to respect you for who you are. and you gonna respect me. That's the end of it. You're right. We cannot work together, sweetheart.
Do is be fighting or getting a shouting match. No, 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 no. You are the boss. You are the supervisor. Act like a supervisor. You don't have to be his friend or her friend, but you're going to let her or him know you are the charge nurse.
You guys, how many times in this video she have letting us know that she are the charge nurse? She is the boss. How many? How many times have she said that? Can you imagine working under her? Can you guys imagine working under this lady?
So, I'll see you in my next video.
I hope you guys enjoyed that reaction, but I had to. You see what I'm saying about this nurse? I mean, it's almost like she got something against CNAs. I don't know. I don't know her story, but at the end, she actually called a CNA evil. She used the word evil. Wow. Okay. And she say she act professionally. As y'all saw on this video, she giggled, she laughed throughout the whole video. She kind of tried to flex her position as a nurse. And also, if you're so professional, sweetheart, she need to get that tongue ring out of her mouth because that isn't professional at all. So anyway, guys, if y'all enjoyed this video or want to see this type of reaction videos, please comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss not one of my videos. Not one. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get it started.